Hi everyone. Once again, I and Atishay back with another podcast. So you know about this podcast is all about the Tech Weekender podcast. So we're going to tell you what about the special news for this week, right? So hi Atishay, how are you doing?
Hey, hi, Shubham. I'm doing very good. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, Atishay, as usual. So let's talk about, let's jump on to the news section. So what are exactly the news or relevant news you have for this week?
Yeah. So first news is from Indian startup ecosystem. So as you know, Bharat pays, MD and MD and co-founder and his wife were already in troubles with the company. So Madhuri Jain, the wife of Ashni Grover, already been sacked by the organization as she was being told that she was misusing company's fund. Now Ashni Grover has also resigned from his position. He has mentioned in his resignation that there was a lot of pressure for him to resign. He don't want to resign by himself, but peer pressure has made him resign. So there's a investigation also going on to undersee how Ashwini Grover and Madhuri Jain were misusing the fund if the claim is right. So that is the first news from Indian startup ecosystem. And then another news is from Russia again. So as we mentioned last in our last Tech Weekender section, that Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, they have restricted their use your services for users in Russia. But now Russian government, as a response, they have blocked Facebook in their country, citing that Facebook is spreading a lot of misinformation about Russia and Russian government. Right. Following the trail of many companies now suspending their services in Russia. So Microsoft, Oracle, SAP have also joined suspending their operations in Russia. So as we already mentioned last weekend, Google Pay and Apple, they've already suspended their operations. So these are another set of companies which have now decided or announced rather that they won't be operating in Russia until this Ukraine-Russia situation is settled down. Uh, the last news from my side is Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings. He has recently announced a donation of $1 million for Ukraine people for all the devastation which is happening in the country. You can see there's a lot of missiles, lot of shelling being done in Ukraine, many cities of Ukraine. So this is a small effort which is being made by large CEOs, starting with Netflix CEOs, to help Ukraine rebuild the nation. So these are three news from my side. Shubham, what were the news which excite you this week?
Yeah, so I think that's really an good news from your side, Atishay. And about my side, like if you open news channel, so everywhere the one thing is going on that's all about the war between Ukraine and Russia. Okay, so if I talk about the technology as well, if I talk about the finance sector as well, every sector is all about talking uh the war which is going between Ukraine and Russia. So first news is all about which is revolving the same thing is all about Microsoft, as you mentioned, then Apple, then Dell, and now Samsung on Friday has suspended all their services and product to ship in Russia. So they are just doing they are restricted all kind of operations in Russia, and that is first news. And then second news I would say from my side is all about like in a smartwatch recently what we have found, like the hackers can easily hack your personal information from a smartwatch, right? So like we all are now, the things are changing to digital age, and most of us are habit of wearing smartwatches. So for that, there in US there a lot of people have faced some kind of hacking in their personal information. So just for that, MIT researchers has recently found and chip, that's the name is integrated circuit chip, so that can be implemented on an internet side of things to defend against power based side channel attacks. So that will help people, and this chip is going to be help people to restrict from all kind of cyber attack.
So Shubham, that is some really interesting piece of news which you have given us. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and we will be back with another piece of news next week. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.